All right, we're live.
And this is a conversation.
This is a Yes, this is a conversation for the masses. We are, what is this? Our eighth podcast.
I'm gonna go with 10th.
I think we're hitting 8. This is number 8.
You sure
as far as
that?
Yes.
Do you count the vault casts as?
Yes.
I counted those as 2 different casts.
I'm counting those as 2 different casts.
I'm getting 10, man.
Really?
I'm pretty sure
God.
I put 9 up on the
seriously?
website.
Or
on the YouTube this Wednesday. That is today.
Interesting.
In the future,
I might be.
I think we're on 10.
I think you're right. You might be right.
Actually, this might even be 11. If the last one I did was 9.
I don't the most I have is 8. And you know what? You might be hitting the nail on the head. Anyway, welcome back, faithful listener. If you've missed a boisterous laugh, Cameron isn't here. Cameron isn't here. He had something come up, so it's a 2 Jake cast.
I'm just looking at that empty chair, and I just want to cry. We're only half a title now.
There's violin music going on.
Oh no.
But yeah, so what's going on, Jake?
I guess not a whole lot. I guess depends what you mean by what's going on.
How was your day?
I had my first nosebleed in over. It's been probably 12 to 17 years, and I'm 20 years old.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude, this flu that's going around. Well, I mean, are you not sick, are you?
Does the flu cause instant nosebleeds?
Yes.
And the liquefaction of organs? Because I thought that was Ebola.
Shit. I think you're right.
What did you give me, Jake?
I didn't mean to attribute your nosebleed to a flu.
No, I don't know, because last night, I don't know, I woke up, had to use the bathroom or something, but I had a slight bloody nose, I guess, but I didn't notice. And then I'm sitting there, I'm trying to play Ultimate Spider-Man. It was my favorite Spider-Man game when I was growing up, because you got to play as Venom, and it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I'm just sitting there, and all of a sudden, it feels like I should probably blow my nose or something. It feels like there's something dripping down my face. Put my hand up to face. Oh, that's blood. That's a lot of blood. So I did the thing where you wad up a tissue, jam it in your nose, and just sit there for a while.
Nice.
It's just I haven't had a nosebleed since I was a wee lad.
Jeez. Interesting. I have not coughed this hard in a few years. I've been coughing for the past day, and to the point where my eyes yesterday when I woke up, because I slept for 13 hours yesterday, were bloodshot.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, this is not a good sickness. But anyway, getting over the flu and the sickness and all that, man, Indiana weather. It started kind of snowy, flaky outside.
Again?
It was sleeting a little bit this morning.
It was raining yesterday and the day before, and also there was no snow because they got rid of it because it got too fucking warm, I guess.
Yeah.
Indiana weather, very inconsistent and full of garbage. But yeah, you mentioned the flu. I hear it's been bad this season. We've got, it must have mutated into a new super virus.
Vaccines can't keep up.
Vaccines cannot keep up.
No.
Well, actually, I don't know about that one, because they're like, get vaccinated for the flu. I think I had the flu before I came here, so I don't really remember. I just got sick. They gave me some drugs, and I was just as sick for the next 2 weeks.
Did you get some steroids or something?
No, it was
okay.
It was just generic. What was I saying?
Congestion thing about your flu.
Generic fucking antibiotic. Wait, no.
Oh, boy.
Because they couldn't give you an antibiotic for the cold. No, not for the cold. My ass. For the flu, because it's a virus, not a bacteria. Unless that were, I'm gonna have to look this up someday.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well, I mean, get vaccinated.
Please, for the love of God, get vaccinated. Don't be one of those people that thinks it'll give your kid autism.
I was just about to bring that up. A lot of people think that now.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, like, not to throw anybody. Some people that I know, and like some people I would go as far as to say that I love, have told me to not get vaccinated.
Well, I'm just gonna have to tell you that you're gonna have to find those people you love and smack some sense into them.
Okay.
I'm sorry to tell you this.
You gotta get physical. You gotta get brutish.
All right, because I think the original study that made everyone flip the fuck out about that was, wow, there's some kids with autism in the study, and it turns out 100% of the kids had fucking vaccines. So yeah, no, that's not a correlation. You have to get vaccines to go to school. Unless you say your religion doesn't allow it, in which case, have fun getting the measles and dying.
Yeah, people used to line up for vaccines. I mean, it was such a godsend. And now it's like, people can't handle it because it made like a news soundbite of like some people did have an adverse effect that really fucked them up.
Look, man, I blame Alex Jones for this.
Alex Jones.
I blame Alex Jones for all of this. I mean, come on. Who yells more about don't vaccinate your kids because they'll put the autism fluoride in their... I can't even fucking say it. He's a nonsensical machine.
Well, I mean, and he's praised. He's a praised human being.
By
Hard Alex Jones. Just kidding. But
I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't like the people who praise him. I'm sorry.
No, it's. I think that's a fair statement. I mean, he is kind of a bad person by a lot of means.
You know, he had that guy that told everyone to not eat soy come on to his... that was the soy boy conspiracy, if you knew about that.
Nope.
Don't eat soy because it can make you infertile or give you cancer or some shit. I don't know. They tell you not to eat soy for hundreds of different reasons. Your brain won't function chemically correctly, all that. But the funniest part was the same guy who was on that episode of InfoWars. I don't fucking pay attention to how they spit media, but basically the guy who they had on there,
oh my god, did he eat soy?
He shilled out these fucking they're supplement pills, but like they're the supplement pills that no one in their right mind would put through government testing. Okay, so like there's obviously it's like they either have no benefit or they haven't been tested, so nobody knows if they're bad for you or not. But like the Alex Jones brand of, hey, take these pills, and guess what was in the pills? Fucking soy.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. But I mean, that's the name of the game. If you could say something that keeps you in the media long enough, that you could promulgate something that makes you money enough, and you could just keep reversing those, fuck it. Doesn't matter if they counterbalance each other, they counteract. Who cares? Aren't we at this point where it's all about the bottom line, Jacob?
Hello, I'm Colonel Business here with lack of ethics, and what you need to know is fuck everyone, make money.
But I mean, at that same token, it's like, even if you're not really fucking everybody, it's kind of like be independent enough to live your life, and sometimes that means doing things in your own self-interest.
I mean, you can do that without fucking people.
Which sometimes, over. Yeah, I was about to say sometimes it fucks people over. But I mean, does anybody have an ethical code that they live by?
I do.
Do you?
I try not to fuck people over.
Good. Yeah, I try not. I don't lie. I try not to lie. That's a
good one too.
That's a good one. Like the golden rule isn't bad.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows here? I don't think anybody really has a code of ethics, though. Like, I don't think not nobody, because you obviously do, but, like, not that many people have a code of ethics that they strive to gear themselves towards.
Yeah, I guess. You're probably right there. Most people probably... Because there's a lot of people who probably just don't think about it, but I mean... Yeah.
But I mean, and a lot of people just aren't bad people, though, so they probably don't need something to live so strictly by.
No, exactly. It's not like... It's not fucking... You need this code of ethics you live by, consult everything, unless you're... I know, like, there's a lot of, like, hyper-Christians who do stuff like that, where it's like, when you're going to do something, think about it, what would Jesus do?
Yeah.
The old line, and it's like, some people who actually think like that. So it's like, okay, that's
What would Jesus do?
something. It's like I was brought up through the Scouts.
Yeah.
So like I've always had a stronger sense of duty and stuff, but like, I don't consult every time I make an action. Man, would my Scoutmaster approve? No, it's just fucking. I try to be a decent person and not fuck people over.
Good
It's
call.
like, what am I gonna make $5 less? I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Well, so this is a completely different topic, but APSO, I'm in an improv group, and APSO had their first show this weekend on Friday, right? Went well, everything was good and dandy. And this probably comes a little bit towards ethics of, I have a new ethical code of when it comes to drinking.
Okay.
So at this party, super fun, started drinking, had a little bit, and it was a meme party.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a meme party. Somebody had dressed up as Tumblr, which was hilarious because they had produced lines of dialogue for themselves to say all night.
Well, that's getting into character.
And she did it so well that like I ended up arguing with her while I was drunk. But it was obviously play and fun.
No,
but like
yeah.
the way she was so well prepared that it didn't matter what I said. She had a counter argument that was so Tumblr-esque. It was beautiful.
That is like something that I gotta say. When I used to go to those conventions, the anime conventions, when I had friends who still wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I always, because a lot of people don't like when a person dresses up as a character, then they say lines as the character, like they act like that character. And admittedly, sometimes people can take it too far, especially if they dress up as a character who generally just goes around and fucks with people.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, personal space and all that, but it's like there's some of the other ones where it's like genuinely they get into the character, but they're not gonna mess around with you if you don't. I something about that, like that level of it's like acting and they're just doing it to have fun with it, is something I really always admired. Never could do it myself, wasn't into it, but
right.
It's like that level of just I'm gonna be someone else today.
That actually reminds me of a story that ties in with being a character. I should probably stop prefacing everything with what I'm about to say with this probably ties into this, but anyway, middle school comes around, and it might have been earlier than middle school, but my teacher at the time had set us all into groups, and we're all being like Greek groups. So like the group that I was in, we were the Spartans.
Oh, I remember this.
Yes.
I had a teacher who did this.
Okay, so the four of us had to become the most mischievous, asshole-ish kids around.
Yeah.
And we would get extra points for doing this.
Yes, I remember this.
So we might have been in the same class.
I don't know if we were in the same class. I know we at least had the same teacher.
So, yeah. So we made a kid cry. Yeah, and we got points for it.
Yeah.
It was so fucked. We stole this kid's paper, and then he went in to turn it in because it was homework, and then she was like, "Oh, do you not have it, Brian?" And he didn't, so we started freaking out because he's like, "I just had it." And then one of us just pulls it out of our like little backpacks. We're just like, "Here it is." And then she's like, "Oh, that's right, the Spartans." It was the most I don't know, I just haven't thought about that in years, and that's so that's fucking cool.
I'm trying to remember if
but kind of weird.
See, I'm trying to remember if this happened to me or this happened to someone else, but like it might have happened to me. Like somebody stole a backpack.
Oh my god!
Like, and they just put it in the back of the room, like kind of behind those computers, because for some reason in middle school every room had a computer. Like there was always a computer, or at least two computers in the back of the room.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know how they did it. They hid the backpack behind the computer. I don't know. I was like 12, so I don't really remember how old was I in middle school. Anyways, it's like they hid it back there, and it was like, oh no, where's my backpack? No. And it was I think it was me, so it's like I was freaking out, and it's like, where's my backpack? It's like, oh, Sparta, and I felt like shit. I'd been duped. God. It's like, no.
Yeah. It's such a weird classroom assignment, though.
No, yeah, no.
They tell you to push boundaries. They're just like, go crazy if you want. It doesn't matter.
No,
you'll get points for it.
And it's like, again, it's that level of it's like that level of light mischief.
Yeah.
That it's like, okay, it's not really a big deal.
No.
So it's like, that's fine. But, like, just don't take it too far. Like, I'm fine with playing a prank on a friend. That's fine. As long as they're not like, all right, I'm going to get in the car and I'm going to drive home and look for this. All right, dude, don't go home. No, don't look at home. It's probably still here. At least, like, direct them in the general direction.
No, come on, you gotta be worse than that.
Look, man, you don't let them, especially, like,
let them go home.
You don't let them go home to look for whatever the hell you stole or whatever. Don't do that. That's kind of shitty. That's a waste of gas.
You know what, Jake?
They're not coming back.
You may just be a nice guy. I think I fall in the same category when I say that I probably wouldn't do that. Like, in terms of letting your friend go home in that situation.
Yeah. It's like if you're...
But there's so many people who... It's like, to define a good friendship, it's like, let them fucking go home.
No, it's like, that's like a level of... Don't fucking waste gas.
No, come on, that's so
Gas costs money, man.
But maybe that means you're closer friends, because you're like, that person is going to come back, and he's going to fucking hate you for like a day or two. But he's going to get over it.
No, I can't...
Yeah.
I can't put somebody financially out of it.
No, it's not financially
I mean, I don't like I don't like losing people's money that's not mine.
You're being practical. I understand. I'm the same way, so I completely understand. But anyway, so I was at this party, and I was drinking a lot, and I was fighting with Tumblr. It was really fun. Mm-hmm. And then I was like rounding out my goodbyes. I was like saying goodbye to everybody, and this guy stops me. He's like, "Dude, stay." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Can I have another shot or something?" He's just like, "Yes." And he pours me half a cup of something. Wasn't a shot. It was probably 2 or 3. Shouldn't have done it because what had happened was I woke up in this lounge at Kinghorn.
Did you black out?
Yes. I woke up at this lounge, and this RA woman was there going like, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" Because I was sleeping in this lounge. And yeah, it was a bad time.
Did you get rid up? Did they?
Yes, I got like a citation.
Jesus Christ!
I know, it was super intense. The problem is, I would have been totally okay if I would have went back to my room, but before I knew it, 2 cops were in front of me. Like, another RA showed up, and then I was coherent enough to answer some questions. But when they asked me if I was 21, I was like, "Yes," and I didn't remember that. I remember reading this in the report. Yes, so. It was fun. And it's funny because I'm literally 5 months away from being 21.
God damn it, Jake.
Seriously, and that's the first thing I told the officers. I was like, "No, actually, I'm not 21. That happens in 5 months." And they're like, "Well, I don't really care if it happens in 5 months." And I was like, fuck. No. Yeah, I wasn't a nuisance. I don't get mad or angry when I'm drunk. I just kind of get like quiet and like saunter around.
Yeah.
I said I'm sorry a lot. I was like, I'm sorry. They were like, "We're going to wake your roommate. Do you have a roommate?" I was like, "Yeah, can you not wake him? Like, I could just shuffle in there and go to sleep." And they're like, "No, someone has to watch over you, even though he just went back to sleep."
No, exactly.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I guess.
That entire level of, hey, fuck off.
I know. And then I felt bad because I realized that I had ruined like 4 people's nights, and I was like, well, fuck.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm kind of wasting the police's time. And not so much the RA time because they're just walking around at 2 a.m. Like, literally, they were just on hall duty.
No, yeah.
Like, I wasn't fighting anybody. I had walked into the building, handed someone my key card, and had gotten in okay. If I would have went to a bathroom or my room, I would have been...
Do you live in Kinghorn?
Safe, yes.
Okay.
So I would have been completely safe. But I ended up in this... Because there's this lounge that I really like, and this corner chair that I love, and I was there, and I was just sleeping. And if I would have slept anywhere else, I would have been fine. But, that's just where the cookie crumbles.
That kind of surprises me because, like, I've fallen asleep on lounge furniture all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not... I don't come back from a party because I was drinking or anything. I just I like to sleep on these couches because I don't own a fucking couch in my room. So... It's kind of nice to just crash here and take a nap every once in a while.
Yeah, and they're pretty comfortable. It's pretty comfortable furniture.
No one has ever bothered me about it.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know it's like, oh, you're not supposed to sleep on the furniture. It's like, fuck you, I pay to live here.
Yeah, well, see, that's the thing that sucks, is that if I would have been even closer to a little bit more sober, I would have been fine. But it's the fact that I had the first 10 minutes of me waking up that I was just completely out of it. That I told her my RA's name was Bethany, even though it's not.
See, I'm really... So in other words, when you get drunk, you get a little incoherent, right?
See, well, the problem is that, like, I knew my limit. I was leaving, But then somebody had asked me to
pushed
stay.
you over.
Well, no. Well, they just like they asked me something. I was just like, you know what? I do not want to leave actually, but might as well drink more while I'm here, kind of deal. So it wasn't like I want to get drunk. It was just kind of like I'm drinking, and then
did you pull a full investigation? You asked the people who you drank with, your drinking buddies. You asked them like, hey, what happened?
No, well, that's the thing. I remember everything. I remember everything from the only thing I don't remember is stepping out of the elevator. I got into an elevator. I stepped out, and then on the same floor that my that little room was at, I went to that little room and went to sleep. That was like I remember everything else because I get really hungry when I'm drunk. So I think I spent $10 at a vending machine getting a whole bunch of chocolate, and then I just like hung out in a room. So it wasn't anything like crazy. I wasn't screaming at the top of my lungs, like beating on doors. But yeah, no, it was a fun Friday night.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah, college, binge drinking. Next time, Wednesday morning. What?
You gonna become one of those people. You're gonna get into a big telecom business. You're just gonna have a whiskey every 5 minutes.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be drunk the whole time.
Yeah, I'm gonna have one of those ankle flasks. Oh,
that's a real business. Real business. Because you don't. Cocaine's out. Yeah, like you gotta. You gotta just fucking drink.
That depends on where you're working. Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah, no. If you're doing stocks, man, all the cocaine is yours.
Stocks.
I'm not saying anything, but no, like if you're fucking telecom, whatever, you just drink. You drink, and you don't remember anything until you're 40.
No. Wow. Wake up at 40. You're like, I have how many kids? Fucking 3? What?
I'm making $3.5 million.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
But yeah, college. And
that's I will say that I think that because here's the thing, IU claims to be a dry campus.
Yeah.
But they you can own alcohol, I guess.
If you're over 21.
If you're over 21?
Yeah.
And it's just anywhere. Here,
Can we not do that here?
If you live in the dorms, there is one place that they allow that, and that is at Kinghorn, the castle. No, fuck.
No.
Not
You're
Kinghorn.
talking about
fucking Elliot.
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 On the first floor.
The castle. On the first floor?
Yes.
On only one half of the first floor.
Which is
stupid. If you apply to be in one of those rooms, you could just own some alcohol.
Yeah.
Technically, and this is only technically because, they're not allowed to search your doors.
No, they're not.
Or your dorms.
Yeah, you don't have to open the door.
No, exactly. If you say, because even if the police are called, hey, can we come in? If you say no, they just have to leave. That's 100%.
Exactly.
They leave because there's nothing else they can do.
Yeah.
They're gonna go do their jobs somewhere else. But that's 100%. But also, again, you have it in a drawer somewhere. They're not allowed to look in those drawers. Mm-hmm. So it's unless it's out somewhere, you're fine. But I really wish that they wouldn't. Because, look, I get it. I get it if kids are doing drugs, smoking pot, stuff like that. And it's don't do that in the room for, especially smoking pot. It's this, don't.
Unless if you got one of those new vapes. If you have a pot vaporizer, oh,
man,
you can't smell it.
You're right about that. Sometimes I don't actually know how that works with the cannabis in the fucking vapes because I'm not big into vapes or pot. So I don't. I'm not part of that scene. I don't know what's going on.
Me either.
But that's the thing though. It's don't smoke pot in your dorm room. You're just being a dick. The room's gonna smell like weed, and someone's gonna find out. It's that's.
And that's
It's that. Don't fucking do that. You're just being an idiot. But people having alcohol. I kind of wish that they were more of. If you're 21, you can own alcohol.
Yeah.
It's kind of why? Why even? I get maybe it's just they don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
Maybe. But at the same time, we're living here, and it's it's not like I'm in a fucking bubble. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, people drink all the time.
That's the thing. It's like it's not reality. I mean,
no, fuck. I know people have come into class, not plastered, but fucking. I've seen some people be pretty damn close.
Yeah.
It's like there's no point to telling them they can't have it. And it's like, look, the people who are gonna cause problems anyway are gonna cause problems, but the people who aren't, they'll be fine. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. It's kind of unrealistic.
No. I mean, yeah, it's unrealistic.
But I don't know. It's interesting how I never really like when any solution to a problem is just like abstinence to like
100%.
nothingness. Like 100% abstinence usually isn't the solution. You would think. I mean,
especially in like, in terms of narcotics, because let's just take a simple time and look back a little bit before the Second World War. You know, we had the whole prohibition. Yeah, that didn't end well.
No, not at all. And it came back anyway. I mean, the people still wanted it.
They were like, fuck you, we're drinking alcohol. And they're like, well, since that was a colossal failure, congratulations. You can buy and sell alcohol as you please again.
Yeah, but what's weird is we kind of don't let a lot of things through in terms of drugs. Like, that's such a weird topic for us.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like nothing, like our government would be okay with everything if they could monetize it to the effect. And the fact that like society would keep running. I'd be okay with a lot more drugs being sold.
I think now there's a limit with that. Because obviously, like, alcohol is bad for you. But it's like, alcohol alone isn't that big of a problem, like, technically. Because, like, somebody will get drunk, they'll make a fool of himself, maybe they'll get in a fight or something, but, like, typically somebody who's been just fucking plastered is just going to be a pain in the ass, and that's the worst it gets.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's not a big deal. The issue is when they get behind the wheel of a car, and, like, that's the real one with alcohol.
Yeah.
Weed is different because people tend to do it, but people they don't go places. Like, weed makes you lazy.
Well,
typically.
But yeah, well, I mean, there's still, yeah. Well, again, it hits people way differently too. But it calms you down. It relaxes you. If anything, it makes you a better driver.
Yeah.
But then alcohol too, it also enrages a lot of people.
Yeah.
It makes you more readily able to face new things without like really bearing the consequences. Like, you don't care what you're about to do because your inhibitions to do something are just so lower.
But none of it's as bad as like meth, fucking.
Well, yeah,
that's a whole nother tier.
Yeah.
So like, I'm fine with that. Like meth and crack, that being illegal, that's fine. People don't need that.
Yeah.
That kills people in several years.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessary.
But that's the thing, and I mean that comes around to the same thing with like psychedelics as well. I mean, do those really harm a lot of people?
And for some of those, we don't know because we don't test right now a lot.
No, but yeah, research has been starting to open up,
and that's good.
But yeah, I don't know. In terms of substances, you could talk on for days, and I think it's one of the biggest, not issues, but one of the biggest topics right now, at least in the political sphere. When it comes to weed, it's like, what's next?
Oh, like the gateway drug effect?
Yeah.
That's something people believe in.
But
I don't know.
Who knows if that's going anywhere?
It's like I smoked a few cigars that didn't make me want to just instantly blaze up the pot, and then it's not
from nicotine to weed.
People don't really say nicotine's the gateway drug.
Yeah.
They always refer to weed, but it's like it's not. For most competent people, that's not a thing.
Yeah.
But for other people, yeah, some people maybe.
All right. So, we still got some time. We still got some time here. We got about 10 minutes. You want to start final thoughts? Like,
I was
32 minutes in? Or
I was going to go with shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, okay.
So, like,
done.
This morning, I had a thought in the shower that of, because, you know, I'm like, what if I just started one of those email scams? But, like, instead of, like, actually just stealing people's money, I would say, like, hey, Jesus needs your nickel or something. Like, that's, like, get an email account, like, claim it as, like, Jesus or something, but, like, go on and be like, hey,
so like
God needs
an email evangelist kind of deal?
Yeah, I try to do an email evangelist sort of thing. But here's how this works. Because, I'm not going to found a church.
Your religion, non-taxed?
I'm not even going to try and make a profit on it. The idea behind it was like, what if I do that? And then I take the money that they sent, I hold on to it, and I send an email back of, look, I don't mean to be a dick, but, like, you must be really fucking gullible. Like, you didn't even Google my, like, it's like an internet safety sort of thing, where it's like, look, you could have been bamboozled, you could have been funding ISIS for all you know with this money. And here's what I'm going to do. I can give the money back to you. Or I can give it to a charity. Like, it's like, or I can give it to an actual charity. It's like that level of, it's an incentive to, like, A, you should be more, like, technologically conscious, in your decisions. The original idea also came along with, like, what if I did it with, like, Bitcoin? Because cryptocurrencies are a fucking nightmare. But that's just...
I just heard that it dropped again.
Good.
Good.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I hate cryptocurrency for the same reason I hate going on to, like, buying my Monopoly monies for various games and or, like, the microtransaction system in, like, the fucking handheld games.
Yeah.
It's like, give us $50 and you'll get 200 million squishy jelly bean coins for Candy Crush or whatever the hell it is. I hate that. It's stupid. I hate it. Because it's, wow, you've turned your real currency into something useless. And it's like, I get it, people do it. But it's like, I hate that. It's really saturated. It got so bad that it really started to saturate the actual, like, console video game market.
Yeah,
and
it still is.
It still is,
yeah.
And infuriate the fuck out of me, because why should I have to pay you more for this shit, or pay you for content that I already gave you my $60 for buying a game? Because something people don't realize is, like, when they say that, oh wow, it takes so much more money to make a game than it used to, that's not true. That's not true in the slightest. Like, in comparison to the gains that they get off of what they make from the game?
Yeah.
No.
I guess it depends on what game you're talking about, though. Because some of these games use, like, actors now.
And?
I don't know. I feel like that's way more expensive. What? Come on. You have to pay an actor's salary to choreograph a game?
These AAA titles, that's not hurting them at all.
Yeah.
Like, they will make their profit back.
Well,
like, there is...
Okay, something like Call of Duty that doesn't change that much.
Like, I'm not kidding. If you were a AAA publisher in this day and age, for you to not make your money back on a game is like an impossibility. It's like, there's that, and movies are the other one, where it's like the same thing.
Oh, dude, I don't know about that now.
You make a AAA movie, you are guaranteed to make your money back.
Dude, that's not right. That's not right.
Don't give me that.
No, I'm telling you.
Look,
there's no certainty when it comes to that.
There are I'm not saying like make a B movie. I'm saying you're a AAA studio.
Yes.
There has not been a AAA studio that's not at least made what they made back in years.
No,
What's your example? What do you have?
Okay. Oh fuck. I was. Oh man. Oh see. Okay. Let's see. A AAA movie that hadn't made its money
didn't make
back.
Its money back.
Okay, so let's think of some big budget movies. What's a movie that everybody thought was going to be good but hated, or should have been good but hated? Or that new Blade Runner movie, I'd be surprised if they made their money back, because
There's no way
not many people came back. It came to watch it in theaters.
I look it up because
Okay.
I don't believe you.
Let's see.
Admittedly, I know that didn't do as well as they thought it would, but still.
Because that's big budget. It has Ryan Gosling. All right, let's see. And what's his face? The guy who likes crashing planes into golf courses. Harrison Ford.
Was that a reference from the one when he's the president on his own plane?
Nope, that was a reference to real life.
Oh fuck, you're right. He did get in
With
tons
that
and tons of
World
crane
War
crashes.
II. I don't know if it was tons and tons. I just remember the one he did a
Plane
couple years
crashes.
ago. Blade Runner 2049. Let's see. Financial information.
There we go.
So while I'm looking this up, how do you feel about? Let's see. Okay, so the worldwide box office is 200. So 2.6. We'll round up to the nearest 10 millionth. $2.6 million. Metrics. Okay. Alright, let's see. Movie details, ranking on the official records and milestones. Okay, this isn't really giving me... Okay, so let's keep that number there for a second.
Okay.
Let's see. Box office, international video sales, full financials. So I don't know if it's gonna... I don't know if it has out there. That's actually a lot of money, though. So $2.6 million
To make it, or
was the worldwide box office. How much did...
oh fuck, they might not have made their money back.
Blade 2049 to be produced. Alright, let's see. Box office has grossed. Oh wow, no, 92 million in the United States and Canada, and 167.2 million in other territories.
Oh yeah,
A worldwide total of 259.2 million against a production budget of 150 to 185 million.
Yeah,
Wow, Jacob.
that's normal. Like there are not a lot of those movies that actually do so poorly that they don't at least make their money back.
Good call.
That's... And again, AAA budgets. Like,
Yeah.
big game companies, your Call of Duties, your Battlefields, like EA. Because, look, at the bottom line, EA really fucked over Battlefield 2. Or Battlefront 2. But at the end of the day, they made their money back.
Yeah.
They screwed the pooch, but like, I don't have a good analogy for that. I wanted to use an analogy for that. That didn't work. They still got the dog at the end.
Interesting. Huh.
Yeah, no,
Well.
it's their reputation's pretty shitty right now because they've been doing a lot of shitty things.
Yeah.
But that
with
but
the
again,
microtransactions and everything.
That's also why Battlefield 1, they didn't really mess with the Battlefield formula too much.
Yeah.
Like, they did a few things that were kind of new, but at the end of the day, you had your Conquest, your Rush, and your, like, team deathmatch game modes,
And
which are just
It was just polished, too. So the game
Oh,
was
yeah.
amazing.
No, and that's the thing. A lot of people are like, why don't these studios take risks? It's like, the reason we're not getting anything crazy with with your Battlefield title is because it's guaranteed to make money. But the thing is, I'm fine with that because, at least with Battlefield, I know what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm fine with that. Call of Duty is a different beast. They did try to do some new stuff. Didn't turn out too well. At least critically speaking. But,
Yeah.
like, that game didn't... People still bought it. People bought it. They still played it a little bit. And it's like, they made their money back.
Yeah.
It wasn't... same thing with, like, Destiny. Destiny 2 ran into the same problem that Destiny 1 had, where not enough content on launch, everyone stopped playing, got bored, until next DLC falls.
Yeah.
Which, it's like...
But still, you just want the initial buy anyway.
The initial buy is technically how you make your money back, and a lot of people will argue it's like, well, no, that's why they do because the reason Destiny at least kind of makes sense in terms of though they're so like they wanted to do something like World of Warcraft where they release a new expansion every once in a while.
Yeah.
The problem being, it's like they originally called it like a 10-year game plan. So again, kind of like World of Warcraft, where every couple of years they come out with a major DLC that's basically a new game. The real issue with that being is that that's not what happened. Like it's more of there's only so much you can have to play it, and then the rest of it is you grind on the existing not very good content for a while, or the content you've experienced so much that it's boring,
yeah,
and then you move on to the next one.
So it's more akin to like the Call of Duty DLC.
I almost like the real thing. Call of Duty never they had their progression, but like in all the old games, like you could within like a matter of a couple hours you could grind through the multiplayer. You get all the guns. You might not prestige like 10 times or whatever, but like to the casual player, it was like you get on, you play a little bit, you kill a few people, you end a couple matches, and you're done. You go do something else.
Yeah.
Like for people who like have jobs and have to take care of kids and like shit like that, like Call of Duty was like it's a good system because it's like you can get your shit done, but then for the people who played it like for hours, like people I knew back in high school who would get on after school, play till they went to bed, go to sleep, rinse, wash, rinse, repeat, stuff like that. The matches were fun because like you get paired up with different people randomly online all the time. The matches are always a little different. And it's like, that was always fun. That's nice. It's like, 'cause you never know what you're expecting. Same maps, but like, there was enough content. Like, you got like 20 maps or something. Arbitrary number. I don't actually remember how many the old CODs had. Like 15 maps, I think, was somewhere around the right number. But like, you had enough. I'll wrap it up. You have enough to go on where it's like you're not doing the same thing over and over again. As much as like the actual like Destiny grind is, where it's like you have to do everything just right, or you fail the entire thing.
Yeah,
and it's like,
is that like what a raid is? Isn't that what raids are? Like
basically,
if you fuck
a
up
raid
a raid,
is,
you don't really.
Like if you're a high enough, like if you've done the raid enough, it won't matter. But like if you were a lower level who doesn't have all of the fancy gear you get from doing the raid, then it's like, if you and the rest of your team isn't like high enough level to like not breeze through, but like have the right gear to be able for it not to be that hard, then it sucks.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, oh, nope, we gotta all, since Jimmy died, there's no way we're going to actually do it. So just everybody jump off the ledge and we'll reset and start again. It's like that sort of shit.
And that stuff takes like hours.
Like fucking raids in World of Warcraft were like fucking monstrous.
I didn't know there were raids in World of Warcraft. I never kept up with that.
Because again, that's not to say that like every MMO did the World of Warcraft might not have even been the one to come up with it.
Yeah.
But like that is the standard for MMORPGs is World of Warcraft, because they did it and people still play it today. Like it's a proven method. You mix things up a little bit, it makes it a little bit new. But like, I don't know. Destiny again didn't launch with enough to like keep people going for long enough for it to work like World of Warcraft, which is exactly why we got a Destiny 2 as opposed to everybody plays Destiny 1 for like a year and a half or whatever because we had enough content to do that, and then we dropped the big new, like a new game, but instead just DLC. So it's like they've taken something that kind of worked and instead like minimized, like made it smaller and like kind of shittier.
Make it smaller, kind of shittier, but you still get your money back. That's the name of the game.
And that's the thing. Like I said, if you're a AAA publisher nowadays, like in the gaming industry, you're not gonna not, unless you make some sort of absolute garbage fire that doesn't function. Like, and even like, what was it? Battlefield 4 was a nightmare on launch. That was an EA game. Like,
yeah.
But that they fixed it, and then it did really well. And actually, if there was anything I'd look up the stats for, it'd be Mass Effect Andromeda.
Oh,
which was a god-awful nightmare that after playing it, after they fixed everything, I thought it was okay.
Okay, I think that's what we're going to end on once I look this up.
I'm sorry I kind of hijacked this.
No, dude, what are you talking about? I'm learning a lot about video games. I used to work at a fucking GameStop. I used to be so involved in all this stuff. Yeah. I worked at a GameStop for 2 years.
Yeah.
And now I've fallen so far from like my GameStopian ways that it's like almost... It's almost sad. It's not sad. It's okay. It's just, you move on, I guess. I don't play video games not nearly as much as I've used to.
See, and that's... I don't either, but I at least...
Not that's a good or bad thing. It's just a different lifestyle thing.
I just have to do other things.
Sometimes you just gotta move on. Sometimes you move on yourself, and sometimes... No,
that's something. When I was a lot younger, my uncle was like, "You play these games? Oh, I used to love those games. I don't have as much time as I used to anymore, so I can't play them." I'm like, "Oh,
yeah."
And it's like now, it's like I kind of know what he meant. Then I don't like. I'm not fully employed in the world of things, but like I'm kind of there. It's like I have so much other stuff to do.
Fact. Andromeda. I like how the first suggestion is "get fixed?" ? Lose money. That's also already a suggested search. Because it was a financial success.
Yes, because again, it was horrifyingly broken on launch, but
they fixed it.
They made their money back.
They fixed her up. The quarter and 100.
Well, here's the thing. There are still some things that are irreparably broken.
$111 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a big industry.
Fucking whoa.
But no, it's... There are some things about that game that are irreparably... words. You can't fix it. It's so broken. But it wasn't like the bugs. They fixed the bugs. They made it a mostly polished game with very few game-breaking glitches comparison to launch.
Okay.
However, some of the writing was really bad. A lot of people didn't like... Because a lot of the models look different. Because, like, in Mass Effect 3, sometimes shit didn't load, but, like, the models, when they did load, looked fucking fantastic. But some of the models don't look as good in Andromeda. And people are like, wow, this looks garbage. Especially, like, some of the main character faces a lot of people had a problem with. Well, it wasn't written as well in a shorter... Yeah.
Most things make their money back.
Yeah, no, that's exactly...
AAA, big budget things.
AAA, big budget things will make their money back. And that's kind of sad.
Most of the time.
And I think it's because some people... Because here's the thing. I'm part of that people who boycotted Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to pay for a product I don't fucking want. So I didn't buy it. And it's most of the people that I knew were agreed with me and did that. But there are a lot of people whose grandparents, I don't know what video games are, I don't know about the controversy, buys them the game. I'm not gonna make my grandparents return and I'll play it because I have it. So it's like, there are still ways that people will still buy games and they will make their money back.
Well, there have been no truer words said. Okay, this was our first 2 cast. 2 Jakes and a cast.
2 Jakes and a cast? Oh God, are my legs breaking?
Oh God.
What's happening? This is what you've done to me?
Slow motion breaking.
Oh no.
Just yeah. All right, well, have a fantastic week, folks.
Have a nice day.